Salte Guabla, or for those of you who don't speak Scottish Gaelic, hello and welcome to Scotland. Scotland is one of the most hauntingly beautiful places in the world. The history is fascinating, the men are handsome, and the whiskey is delicious. Scotland is a busy place with things to do around every corner. This can be both a good thing and a bad one as you try to decide where you want to visit before you leave. As unofficially the greatest travel agent in Scotland, I've taken the liberty to put together some stops that you absolutely cannot leave Scotland without seeing. First, we have 5 landmarks that should not escape your travel plans. To begin with, we have Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh Castle, known as the Castle of Castles, takes center stage in Edinburgh, Scotland. The castle has overlooked the city for over 1,000 years, serving as both a place for safety and defense. It has been sitting atop Castle Rock since the 12th century, when it was first used as a royal residence. The castle now contains the National War Museum of Scotland, which displays military artifacts. The oldest building in all of Edinburgh, St. Margaret's Chapel, is contained in the castle's upper ward, along with the Mons Meg, the famous 15th century siege gun. The last 2 famous features of the castle are its Great Hall and the Queen Anne building, both of which are presently toured as educational sites. The Edinburgh Castle has historical significance, as well as being renowned for its beauty and architecture. Second is Eilean Donan. Eilean Donan is a small island in the middle of the Scottish Highlands, resting at the spot where 3 of Scotland's great sea lochs meet. Atop the island is a castle that was first built in the mid-13th century. Eilean Donan, meaning Island of Donan, was most likely named after Bishop Donan, an Irish saint. Originally built as a defense measure against the Vikings, the castle now functions as a wedding venue, as well as a beautiful destination for tourists to visit. The castle was severely damaged upward of 4 times before being reopened a final time in 1932. The breathtaking castle is frequently the subject of photographs and films of Scotland, being thought of as one of the country's most picturesque locations. Third is Stirling Castle. Defensively seated atop Castle Hill and surrounded on 3 sides by steep cliffs in Stirling, Scotland, Stirling Castle is a magnificent sight to behold. 16th century royalty recognized the power and beauty of the place, often staying there for extended periods of time. Many battles also took place here, including a few fought for Scottish independence. Today you can visit the castle and step into the Middle Ages as costume casts take up the roles of servants, maids, and guards to lead you about the residence. Visit Stirling Castle and experience the wonder of the Middle Ages in full force. Fourth is Cuillin Hills. In the Scottish Highlands lies a mountain range called Cuillin Hills. The highest peak, Sgurr Alastair, stands around 992 meters above sea level. Structurally, the mountain range is very unusual, being comprised partially of jagged peaks of volcanic rock and partially of red granite. This geological marvel is stunning beyond compare and is a can't-miss sight in Scotland. The last landmark I have for you is the infamous Loch Ness. Loch Ness is a picturesque lake in northern Scotland, though it is not known for its beauty. It is rumored to be the home of the Loch Ness monster Nessie. Reportedly first spotted in 565 AD, the creature is said to have flippers, a tapering tail, and have a long, slender neck. Though no proof has been found to support her existence, R. Kenneth Wilson supposedly took a picture of the creature in 1934. Visit Loch Ness and decide for yourself if you believe the stories are true. Next, I have for you 5 cities that you must visit before leaving Scotland. The first is Glasgow. Glasgow is Scotland's most heavily populated city. It is known for being one of the most modern and advanced parts of Scotland. Visiting Glasgow, you will get to see the stunning Gothic architecture of Glasgow Cathedral. Stop by the city's botanic gardens to see the Kibble Palace, a wrought iron structure dating back to the mid-1800s. Glasgow's ambiance, its people, its architecture, and its history all combine to make the city worth your visit. The next city on the list is Edinburgh. Edinburgh is Scotland's capital and is also the country's 2nd largest city. The city is divided into 2 areas, the Old Town and the New Town. The Old Town contains many medieval historical sites, including Edinburgh Castle, while Newtown is where you will find the neoclassical and Georgian architecture. When you head to Edinburgh, make sure to stop by one of its many theatres to experience the Scottish Ballet and the Scottish Opera. Or take the more nature-oriented route and hike around the stunning landscape of Edinburgh. The city's varied activities make it a perfect stop for anyone in Scotland. Third on our list is Inverness. Inverness is known as the capital of the Highlands. Stop by the Inverness Art Gallery and Museum while you are in the area, or visit the lake that inspired the tale of the Loch Ness Monster. Inverness is not what you might picture a newly established Scottish city to be like. It's not so much the quaint and quiet place you would expect, but instead is a bustling place full of excitement and picturesque nature scenes. Fourth, we have the city of Skye. Skye is the largest of the Inner Hebrides, part of the island chain off the coast of the mainland of Scotland. The most recognizable feature of Skye is its breathtaking scenery. Bring your hiking shoes when you come to explore Skye. Between its gorgeous mountains to its dazzling coastline, the island is a perfect place to enjoy the natural beauty of Scotland. The last city on your itinerary is the Isle of Arran. Visiting the Isle of Arran is like exploring a miniature Scotland. The variety of landscapes makes this another addition to the gorgeous scenery that Scotland is known for. In addition to its beauty, the Isle of Arran is home to delicious family-owned eateries and breweries, giving it a quaint ambiance and making you never want to leave. I have also picked out a few locations to appeal to the history buffs among you. The first stop on our list is the Black House Arnold. The traditional Lewis thatch house was built in the 1800s and gives us a sneak peek into the island life of the Scottish at that time period. It is one of the most well-preserved houses of its kind and stands almost as the family last left it. The next historical location I have for you all is the site of the Battle of Bannockburn. It is one of the most important battles in the fight for Scottish independence. Even though the Scottish were severely outnumbered, they won this battle against the English, setting the stage for England to finally recognize Scotland's independence. The third site I have picked out for you is Melrose Abbey. It was built as a Cistercian monastery in 1136. It went into disrepair in the Middle Ages because it was so close to the border. It was then used as an abbey until the Protestant Reformation of 1560. Afterwards, only the last of the existing monks were allowed to stay. While there, you can admire the marvelous architecture, see the famous statue of the bagpipe-playing Melrose Pig, and stand over top of where the heart of the beloved warrior king Robert the Bruce is believed to be buried. The fourth site is Skara Brae. It is the most well-preserved groups of Neolithic houses in Western Europe. To put into perspective how far it dates back, this settlement of houses was constructed centuries before Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids of Egypt. The last site is the Wallace Monument. The monument was built to honor Scotland's national hero, Sir William Wallace. Wallace was the leader of many battles for Scottish independence and died a martyr for his cause at the hands of the English. Next, I have made a list of 5 fun activities that the whole family will enjoy. First up is watching the Northern Lights. You can see them from almost anywhere in Scotland when the conditions are right. The most common times to see the aurora are in the fall and winter seasons, when the night is clear and there is little light pollution. The stunning display will amaze anyone who has the opportunity to see it. Next on the list is taking a Taste of Scotland tour. These tours have you travel throughout certain areas of Scotland on a guided tour, having traditional Scottish food at every stop you make. This adventure will let you experience all of the culinary wonders of Scotland, and if you're feeling really brave, you can try the haggis as well. The third activity I have planned for you all is to watch the Scottish Highland Games. Immerse yourself in Scottish culture as you watch athletes compete in traditional Scottish athletic heavy events. Enjoy dance competitions, track and field events, and even piping competitions. The next activity is Blackstone Clydesdale riding, where, for a day, the entire family can help take care of Blackstone's famous Clydesdale horses and take them out riding trails at the end of the day. The fifth and final activity is watching the Edinburgh Royal Military Tattoo. This event is held annually as part of Scotland's summer festivals. It is a mixture of music, dance, and military pageantry. Every year, thousands of people gather in front of Edinburgh Castle to witness the amazing performances given by pipers, drummers, dancers, and military bands. Now, before I send you on your merry way to begin exploring Scotland, here are a few famous facts I wish to impart upon you. 1. In 1824, Edinburgh was the first city in the world to have its own fire brigade. 2. Neither whiskey nor kilts or bagpipes are of Scottish invention. 3. Edinburgh, Scotland is a member of the Seven Hills Club. The city was built on 7 hills and is joined by Rome, Madrid, and Moscow. 4. Scotland and England played the first international football match in Glasgow in 1824. 5. The game of golf was born in Scotland. Now I will bid you all farewell. Alba Gubroth, Scotland forever.